Hello and welcome everyone. We want to first off give a big thank you to all of our subscribers. And if you're not subscribed yet, please do so. Please subscribe. We're celebrating today our 1,000 subscriber count. If it wasn't for all of you guys' feedback and all the comments that you provide us, because believe me, we read all of those. We do read every single comment that you leave behind. We concentrate on all feedback that's provided, and we make consideration to all of that feedback, constructive and even some criticism as well. That has helped us be the channel that we are today. So please continue to do so. We do read every single comment, and we do apply all feedback that we feel that is adequate. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do today is I'll request of many of you guys in the channel or even inside the game. I'm going to walk you through what I personally believe is the best equipment for this game. And I'm going to range it starting from level 1 all the way into level 30. From level 30 probably to level 70, and then 70 and above. There are many people today till this day that don't understand what equipment they should be using, or don't understand the effects or the benefits of each helmet, the boots, the gloves, or even the weapon itself. So today I'm going to spend a little bit of time with you guys and just walk you through what I personally believe is the best. Now, this is not up for debate. This is my personal opinion. So to all of you guys out there, there's a lot of experts that probably might understand this game a little bit more than I do. But what works for you, works for you. And I always say this to every single person when I'm asked, what is the best strategy? What is the best options out there? And my answer is always the same. The best strategy is the one that works for you. Plain and simple. That is the best strategy. So let's go ahead and get started. What you see here is I'm just simply beginning, and I want to walk you through a little bit of understanding these weapons. When you first initialize this game, and this is to all of you who are starting in level 1, when you first start this game, you start with this weapon. Now, I will say as you start to grow and as you start to develop in this game, the best option for you will probably be a sniper, more than likely. Now, if you are that person that wants to spend money in the game, or you can spend money in the game, I'll have a little bit more different feedback for you towards the end of the video. I'm going to start off with those individuals that say, I don't want to spend money in this game. Sadly, many of us started this way. And as you continue to progress, you're probably going to spend some money. But there are those who stay faithful to that concept of, I won't spend a dime, or I won't spend €1, or I won't spend 1 peso in this game. Well, this should benefit you. First thing you're gonna see, and if you want me to walk you through what I believe is the best style of gameplay, let me know in the comment. Let me know that, and I can input a video for you guys, because that on its own is a very long video. But as you can see, the technique should always be going for the head. The head is gonna impose the most damage possible towards your enemy, and as you can see, at the beginning times, every single person dies with 1 headshot. So why not go directly to that? So that's the beginning of the game, and all of you guys will start this way. Now I'm gonna move over to my actual account, and I want to start right here with this weapon, because this is gonna be the starter weapon. Now, and this is gonna be what I'm gonna recommend to all of you players that are just starting in the game, and you're gonna use this equipment from level 0 to 10. And my recommendation is this: do not buy anything. Do not spend your gold. Do not spend your silver. Some people call it cash, some people call it credits. Don't spend them. The correct term is credits. Do not spend the credits. Don't use it. I know it's going to be difficult, but it will help you in the long run. This equipment that was provided to you for free, keep it. Do not upgrade it, because you will change it. This equipment that you're receiving for the first time, it will not last. Believe me when I tell you, it will not last. So very first thing is you start with this weapon, and I think this weapon is not a good weapon. Please don't use it. What I want you to do is I want you to focus in, and this is the equipment you're going to receive for free at the very beginning. You receive that weapon, the Ɂ. You receive this, looks like a kitchen knife to me, but it's a combat knife. If you are that person that likes it. You start off with this helmet. Use it. Keep that helmet. If you can see, it is not the best helmet in the world, and as you start to compare with the other ones, you're gonna realize it's not. It's really bad, but it's a good starting point, and it's a good semi-protection. You can see on the right side that I'm highlighting that it does give you some benefits. You can see on the right side, it gives you armor points, it gives you headshot protection, explosion resistance, and it gives you running speed. But again, I repeat this to you, do not use your upgrade points. Do not spend on this helmet. You can see I did -+2. Not all of us had this advice that I'm giving it to you now. So I'm going to give you a bit of a head start, and I will give you the advice that was not given to me when I first started this game. Do not hold yourself back. Do not spend on these items. You can utilize these glasses. These glasses are also free. Slight difference. They give you a little bit more armor points. At this point, it's just basically the look. You know, do you want to look like an FBI agent, or do you want to look like an officer with the helmet? At this point, it's not much of a difference. It's completely up to you. It's just preference at this point. So I'm gonna move over, and I wanna talk to you about these gloves. You're not gonna get them for free at the beginning. I believe it's a level 10 or level 7 when you unlock them. But if you lock them at the very beginning, again, utilize these gloves. They do offer some benefits on the right side. Just a few. It's just simply going to give you armor, because remember, you are not using armor points on these weapons, on these equipment. Therefore, do not put anything. I say it again. Do not put any points on this. It's only going to give you a few, but it'll give you some protection. It'll give you something to work with at the beginning. It'll give you this basic armor. I've seen many people, and even now as I was testing and playing this game, there's people that don't even equip this stuff, and they're just not wearing any equipment because they don't know about it. Utilize this. This one, as you can see on the right side, like I'm highlighting there, without you putting any upgrade points, you're gonna get some armor. Mine's a +8, and that's because I didn't know that, and I put some points into it. But it'll still give you some armor. It'll give you some protection. It'll give you at least some leeway against other players. So I'm going to move over. You're not going to be given any boots at the beginning. You're going to have to go to level 7 or level 10 to get boots. So remember, we're talking about level 0 to 10 right now. So you're not going to use anything at this point. You're just going to run barefoot. Now, what you do in the beginning was going to help you in the long run. Many people immediately come in here, and a lot of these skins are worth 10,000 gold. It is hard, especially you at this level. It's going to be very difficult for you to acquire this much gold. Do not spend it. Please do not spend it on one of these guys. Right now it's just look. You can fix your look once you get to level 50, 60, or even 70. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. It doesn't make you any stronger. You can't even see your guy running in the first place. So the outfit you're wearing or the character you're using, you won't be able to see him unless you die. So not really much of a difference now. You can worry about looks a little bit later. For now, I just want you to survive. Now, this is what I want you to use, and this is going to be from your level 10 to level 30. Now, yes, you are going to spend some credits. You're not going to be wasting any gold. Do not waste your gold. Yes, I'm wearing one of the characters that costs money. At this point, I'm already level 94. I've already acquired a lot of gold that I just began using it on characters. So, you're still going to be using your basic character. But what I want you to do is, I want you to utilize your silver. We are going to spend silver. Yes, we are. But we're not going to spend gold. We're going to conserve the gold. So what I want you to use, and I want you to focus in on this primary weapon. I'm going to put the price of the primary weapon down at the bottom right. It is a little high, but it doesn't cost gold. And gaining credits, it's much easier than gaining gold. This is going to be a good sniper for you. You're going to utilize it for good levels. Like I said, this is going to be your starter kit from level 10 to 30. This is a very good sniper. It might take 2 or 3 shots to kill them, but it's a good point. At this point, you do not have good equipment. You do not have good armor. You probably shouldn't be running plain open in front of the enemy, because they're probably going to destroy you. So you might want to camp from a distance. If you don't like the concept camper, then perhaps you like a different concept. In real war, people don't just run in the middle, right? People use cover. So Hala using cover. But yes, we are essentially, yes, you are. I suggest you do camp at the very beginning and you become a sniper. That's going to be the best. You are going to have a secondary weapon. If you want to have a secondary weapon, I recommend this shotgun, which is also worth credits. You're going to see that at the bottom right. It is not the best shotgun. It is not a good shotgun, but for the price, it's not bad. So you can start with the sniper. You can shoot from a distance. If you shoot somebody and they start running towards you and you realize by the time I reload he's going to kill me, you can quickly switch weapons and switch this one, and because you probably already injured him with your sniper. He probably just needs one shot of the shotgun and he's dead. That's probably the best option for you. We're gonna stay with this helmet. Again, we're not gonna spend. It's not time for you to spend on gold yet. Once we get to level 30, now we can spend all the gold that you saved. But for now, save all of your gold. Save it. Keep this helmet. It's gonna give you some help. We're gonna utilize the default gloves as well. Do not. It's gonna be tempting. The gloves right next to it are worth about 900 gold. Some are even worth a little bit less. Some are slightly more, 1,000, and you might think, oh, I have 1,000. Don't do it. I'm gonna say it again. The best way that you're gonna become successful in this game and be able to match up, because believe me when I tell you this, and those of you guys that are experts and you've been playing this game for a long time, once you exceed level 30, life will become very hard for you. And if you have not invested and you have not prepared yourself, many people quit the game because it is very difficult. At that point, yes, the term pay to win is very much alive. So I suggest you stay with this. Do not use your upgrade points. We're going to save those moving forward. Basic armor. Keep the same basic armor. There is no change there. You're going to keep that guy. Now you have default boots. You've unlocked them by now because you're level 10. You put these guys on. Do not put upgrade points in them. Again, it's going to be very difficult. Yes, you probably will die a lot. Yes, you will. But just think of the long run. And once we get to level 30, when you start utilizing your gold and your upgrade points, you're just gonna blow up way above the level of everybody else who's at that level. Now it's time for you to utilize your gold. Now it's time to utilize your upgrade points. This is my recommendation to you when you're level 30 all the way to level 70. Some may argue that this is not the best equipment, but I will explain to you in a minute why I believe that this is the best equipment for you and why I think it'll help you get good pointage and it'll help you be good by now. By this point in time, you should already start, and you start with all the gold you've been earning and all the credits that you have by now, you should be able to start moving into upgrading your skills. Now, if you want to know more about the skills and you want to see an explanation, let me know down in the comments if you want me to explain to you about what skills you should use. Because till this day, and even people that I've spoken to on a daily basis, new players, they spend on skills that are not even benefiting them or not helping them. Because yes, those skills are tied specifically to weapons, to armors, and some even don't help you at all, and you're just wasting gold at that point. So this is my recommendation to you, and I'm gonna recommend that we start off with these guys, the Uzis. The price is at the bottom right, and why I recommend the Uzis is because this weapon is very, very good, and it's good at short distance and at long distance. Maybe not as far as a sniper, but it still has a good enough distance where it can injure the enemy. So I recommend the Uzis for this reason, because they're very strong, they're a light weapon, they're semi-easy to use, they're not very difficult to use, and on top of that, this weapon only has 2 accessories versus the other weapons, the other elite weapons. Once you purchase them, you realize they have 4 accessories, and each one of those accessories costs a lot of gold, anything between 8,000 all the way to 20,000 per accessory, or per gadget, if that's the term you would like to use. So therefore, I believe that this is a good choice weapon. It's very, very good. It's very, very fun to use as well. And like I said, it has only 2 accessories. You're gonna get the suppressor. This is the best one. Many people, and you can do this, right? If you have enough silver at this point, you could start off with the compensator mod 15. You could start with that one, and then as you start building, you're gonna want to buy this one first. You're gonna go with the suppressor. This is the best one. This is gonna be the best for your damage and your fire rate. So my big suggestion would be that you go with this one. This one is worth under 2,000 in comparison to other accessories or gadgets that are up to 20,000. So this is the other reason why. And the only other accessory that we have here, I went a little fast there, is the cartridge drum. Again, I don't recommend, don't buy the heavy clip. Just like every other accessory or gadget out there, don't buy the one in the middle. Don't waste your gold. Some people do that. So people say, oh, I'll buy the middle one for now, and then later I'll buy the high end. Well, if you do that, you've already wasted, in this case, you wasted 540 gold. With another weapon, it becomes more drastic, and you probably wasted 10,000 rather than just waiting for another 10,000 to buy the 20,000 gold one. Don't do that. Patience. This game is about patience. You're going to hear me say this over and over again. This game is about patience. Now, I'm going to roll the clip for a little bit. I'm going to stop talking and I'll let you enjoy a little bit so you can kind of see what this weapon does. And this is wearing all the equipment that I just showed you, and I'm going to show you in the following.
I have contact! Oh yeah! Bagged in time!
You see that? It's a very easy weapon to use. It is not difficult. It's quite easy and it's very powerful. The fire rate is intense on this weapon. So although the damage is not relatively high, like those weapons that you'll be spending real money on, it's pretty competitive and it's pretty easy to use. It's a very fun weapon. The sound of the suppressor is just amazing, and the reload, if you caught that, it's great. And I'm gonna leave the link for this one and all the videos I will show you in the following. I'm going to leave a link down at the bottom in the description field for you to access and watch the whole video, so you can kind of make a decision if that's the weapon that you want to use, essentially, because you are spending time and effort, and some of you guys probably tears if you've been rage quitting by at this point. That's just a joke. I don't mean to offend anyone, but so make sure you're being wise. Now, for your secondary weapon, I suggest the same. I suggest that you keep this weapon. You keep this. You can utilize this gun as a long distance. You're not at that point yet where you need to buy a very high powered weapon. I think this weapon will be good, but the dual Uzis will do you some good for a very long time. I've seen even level 90 players use Uzi. Great weapon to have. Now we're gonna move over to the knife section. If you are a knife fan and you probably got tired of that kitchen knife that you started off with, it's so difficult. I used it earlier in one of the demonstration. I think I had to hit a guy 10 times in the head to kill him. And it's very slow. Now, because I don't want you to spend gold on, I don't think it's the right choice to spend gold on a knife yet, unless knife is really what you want to do, which is very difficult to use. But especially at this point in time, because your armor is not the best, you don't have the best equipment out there, it's very difficult to get up and close to the enemy. It would be fun if you could throw the knife, maybe coming updates, but at this point you can't throw it, you just hold on to it, and it's hard to get close to the enemy. But this is a good knife to have, the machete. It is a good knife to have. It has good damage. It's competitive. It's not at the level of the other ones that cost money, like the Karambit, the Typhoon, the Axis, but it's very competitive and it's good, and it costs silver or credits. So I suggest you utilize this one if you are interested in the knife. If not, don't waste your time. Stay with the butter knife or the kitchen knife. Now, I'm going to suggest the Burning Flame as a helmet. Yes, at this point in time, you should be investing in a helmet. You're level 30. You've already unlocked most of the helmet. This helmet is unlocked by now. I highly suggest it. This helmet is very good. Look on the left side. You can see the headshot damage, 50%. So it's going to allow you to go up against those weapons that are very high powered and a lot stronger than yours. And if you, at this point, if you've been practicing and you continue shooting at the head, you might even be able to beat those high powered weapons at close range. Not a far range, because they have the range against you with those high powered weapons such as the AR Rugger or the AN-94 or a high powered sniper. But at this point, you know, you're going to build some strategy and you're probably going to adapt to fighting at close range, and you could essentially win at this point. It also has some really good armor points, and you could utilize, I am level 94, as you can see at the top center. I still utilize this helmet because it is a great helmet. It only gets better as you continue to improve. So that would be my suggestion to you. Now we're going to move over to the gloves. I'm going to suggest the combat gloves, and look at the left hand side, and this is the reason why. The reload speed is amazing, 30% additional to what is actually given on the right hand side. You have your reload speed on the right hand side, which is plus 75%. You can add an extra 30% to this. That's what that does. And you can utilize these gloves. I still utilize these gloves on Devil 94 with special equipment that I have, because the reload speed is amazing. And for those weapons that you're gonna have, that especially even the Uzis, that the reload speed can be slightly slow from time to time, this will help you out, because you're gonna realize that you're probably dying at the moment of reload. You may not have the problem a lot with your Uzis right now, because your Uzis have so many bullets, but it will be some in the future, and I still utilize these gloves. Now it is also time for you to buy an armor. I'm gonna suggest the Demoman armor, and many of you guys will probably argue with me and say you probably should move directly to the sniper or the Kevlar. Those are very expensive. This one's an inexpensive option. You're still level 30 to 70, and this armor is a great armor, because if you die, it explodes. So And there's an ability for that as well that allows you to increase the strength of the explosion. So if you're unable to kill the person, remember you have Uzis at this point. And if you go up against an AR Rugger or an Origin or a Fabarm, those people are probably at close range with you, especially the Fabarm or the Origin users. So therefore, if you're unable to kill them with your gun, when they kill you, you're going to explode, you're going to detonate, and you're going to take them down with you. Yeah, I called it a suicide bomber. It is what it is. But it's great because at that point, you killed him, you took him down with you, right? You didn't go down alone. So this is a great armor to have. It's good on armor points. It's good at running speed. Aiming lock, weapon change, and explosion resistance, all the same across. The only thing that really changes after this is the abilities and the armor points. I think this is a very good option for you. And an inexpensive option. Boots. I'm going to suggest the sniper boots. Now, many people go directly over to the elite. The elite, the great boots, unless you win them in a box, or you win them in a chest, or you end up getting lucky and you win them somehow in some type of reward, I don't suggest you spend for the amount of gold that they're going to charge you. It really isn't much difference from the sniper ones, except for it's half the price. The only difference really is that the armor is the same. You can see on the right. I'm going to switch it over. You see that? See any difference there? It really isn't much difference. The only difference between the sniper and the elite is just the reload speed, which yes, is great. It's awesome, but in the dispersion, but for the amount of gold I'm going to spend, it's really not going to make a difference. So I don't suggest it. I really don't. I suggest you stick with the armor. The sniper. I think that's the best option. Now, if for some reason you get lucky and you get the Santa boots in a chest or somewhere, depending on what season you're in, it all depends on when you watch this video. These are the second best boots in the game. These boots are better than the elite. They're slightly weaker than the Kevlar. The Kevlar are going to be the best boots, but you're not at the point in time where you should invest in that. I think you should stay again with the sniper boots. But if you get these ones, you just scored really big deal. I think you should stay with those guys. Again, this is from your level 30 to your level 70. I think this is a great option. Now we're at the point, right? Now we're talking about real equipment here. You're going to level 70 or above. Now you're facing high level players on a daily basis. When you were in level 30 to 70, you may not have encountered high level players all the time. Now you're going to encounter them at almost every single match out there, I guarantee it. So at this point in time, now it is time to really start honing in and spending options. Now, again, if you have what I've recommended, you don't have to utilize what I'm going to show you, because some of the stuff you have, you can carry over. But let's get right into it. I'm going to suggest the AN94, and the reason for this is because this weapon has been free via the chests. If you get enough points, right? There's a specific amount of shards that you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get a number 50 shards, and if you gain them by that point, you get the gun for free, essentially for free. You played for it, but you're not spending any gold on the weapon. It becomes free. Depending on what season you're in, the Bushmaster was also in the chest for free. I got it. The AN was for free in the chest. I got it. The one right next to it, the Beretta AR-70, was also for free in those chests. If you're in a season where there is a gun that's for free, then just be patient. Keep opening that chest with the hopes that it'll get there eventually, and chances are you probably will, especially if you're playing a lot, which you should at the very beginning at least. So go for those free weapons. Don't go out there and spend gold on another high-powered weapon when you have the ability of doing this one, because guess what will happen? You're going to spend on another high-powered weapon, you're going to spend all the gold points, and you're going to be left broke. And then out of nowhere, you're going to win this gun, and you're going to wish, I should have waited. So I suggest you wait. This is a great weapon. Any of those free weapons will be a great option. Let me roll the tape for you. I want you to watch how the gameplay is, because the gameplay on this weapon and the effects on it is amazing.
Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no.
I have contact!
Everybody wanna see that thing.
Taking fire!
What fame brings, but success is a tricky thing. And if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna love myself.
Boom! Headshot!
I don't wanna let myself down myself.
So yeah, this is a phenomenal weapon. Now that skin, many people got that skin for free. I paid 25,000 gold for it. We're talking about saving, so don't. Yeah, don't. I suggest you focus on your weapon, focus on your accessories. Once you're maxed out and your gun is fully maxed, it's plus 40, you have all the accessories or all the gadgets, then you can start focusing on looks. The look is just amazing for this weapon. You can see just how strong it is. There's a lot of weapons that are very competitive like this one. This is a really, really good option. I'm showing you the HK416 Winter Forrest. For those of you guys that don't get lucky, don't win the Beretta, or you don't win the Bushmaster, or you don't win the AN94, or you don't win any other free weapons, this is a great weapon for you to have as a backup. It's only 34,000 gold. It is not the best. It is not the same as the other ones. It is slightly weaker, not by much, but it is slightly weaker. So if you have the ability again to wait for those weapons, wait for them. But this is a good option if you do not. And again, I'm talking to people that do not want to spend money. For people that are just free players and they don't pay. I have different options again for those of you guys that want to pay at the end of this video. But for now, we're focusing on those that don't want to pay. This is a good option for you if you don't win it. And it's also a very strong weapon. You saw me run people over with the AN. Look at this. This is not me in this video, but it's one of the players. And it's a very good player that we have in our clan. So let me go ahead and roll the tape and see how strong this weapon is. Again, this weapon is very overpowered. It's a very good weapon. It's not as good as the one you just saw, the AN94, but it's still very competitive, as you can see. The biggest difference is a lot of these weapons that you do get for free, not like the Winter Forest, because you have to pay for this one, but the other ones that you get for free, you get the red dot vision. I don't know if you noticed that or you caught that. Let me show you real quick. You get this red dot vision, and this is the best you can do right here. This is the best vision that you can have. So it's not the best, it's not ideal when it comes to fighting from a very long distance. That's when this comes into play, right? This big long distance scope, that's what really helps out. The Winter Force has it versus the free weapons, they do not. So that's one of the downfalls that you have to then kind of go, do I jeopardize that or do I move on? Now, the weapon that you see in front of you is the Fabarm. This will be your secondary weapon. I recommend this weapon. Now, it just depends on what update you're from, but at some point, this weapon will cost gold. How much? I don't know yet. At this point, it was given for free with the premium pass. So, depending on what season you're in. But I highly recommend this weapon. It is a very good weapon. It is a shotgun. It is great at short distance. And those of you guys that have developed the skill to go, and you should, is when you are using a short distance weapon and you're fighting in a very long, a big map like Tunisia or Siberia or Afghanistan, and you're fighting in a big map, you should probably use your corners, your edges, fight along the side. You should never run in the middle of the map. Please don't do that. You should always run along the sides, and that allows you to go around the enemy. They're probably in the middle if they're using a long distance weapon, a long scope weapon. You can go around them, and by the time you reach out to them, they saw you, but because you have a short distance weapon, you're going to beat them in combat. The Fabarm is a great option. It is a great weapon to have. It is just phenomenal. It is super strong. It does have 4 accessories. This is one of the ones that I told you about that has like more than 2 accessories, so you will have to spend some gold, but they're not relatively as expensive as the other ones. The other weapons that I showed you, like the Winter Forest or the AN, yes, all of those gadgets and accessories are 20,000, because you know these are big boy guns now. They're not little kid guns like the ones we were using, like the dual Uzis that we were using in the beginning. So let me go ahead and roll the tape so you can kind of get a preview of this weapon.
Oh yeah! Bag and talent! I have contact!
I'm hit! Torpedo!
Again, a great weapon, especially for short distance. As you can see there, I'm fighting at a short distance, a very small map, and they die 2 to 3 bullets max, right to the head, and they die immediately. Some of the low level players, and if you were a low player at one point, you probably encountered a Fabarm, and you probably died with one weapon. Especially the Demoman. At this point, it is very difficult for the Demoman, but it is essentially a great weapon. I highly suggest it. Now, if you're unable to get this weapon because of whatever reason it's unavailable, or it just costs too much, or simply you're just not interested, this is also a good option for a secondary weapon. In this season right now, it is worth 100,000 gold. I don't know how much it would be in your season yet. It is worth it. It is a great weapon. It's not as strong as a Fabarm because the Fabarm has more damage, but it has better distance. So if you're able to fight and move backwards, do the opposite of what you were doing with the Demoman armor, because with the Demoman armor, and I think I forgot to say that, you should be charging at your enemy and always running forward, because if you run back, the explosion won't hit them. So you have to run forward and essentially die near them. Some people even jump up in the air to explode on their faces. That's amazing. So good headshot, right? So this is a great weapon, the Origin. And again, guys, I'm leaving a link in the description for each of these videos that I'm showing you, so you can kind of experiment and look at the video for yourself to see if you see yourself using that weapon. But the Origin is a great weapon. Here's a video to just kind of illustrate the power of it. It is a great weapon to have.
Let's break it down for a minute. I want the kind of go get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, try to see where we grin. These ladies know that I'm singing, and this is just a beginning. I'm close to it. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming.
Now, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I was talking about this earlier, right? And it's very important. You see when I'm coming here, and I told you guys, right? Use the edges of your map. I'm coming here and I'm hiding on the right side. Can any of you guys capture why that is? Right, it's because on the left hand side people are running from there. I don't want them to see me. Somebody with the long scope weapon can catch me on that left side and shoot me before I even get close. So I'm coming in and using this van as a coverage point, right? And you see that I come and I just jump over, and now I go full beast mode because I have a short distance weapon that I can use. And again, utilizing the same strategy. I'm gonna come this way. See me using the right side, right? You see that? See, there's that guy, right? He's got a long distance weapon. And that's why I was coming, now I'm moving side to side to prevent him. He's got an AR rugger. So yeah, he could have shot me from very distance. If I would have blinked to the left, he would have caught me and he would have killed me. So again, very important, guys, that you do that. He just caught me there. Helmets. I'm going to suggest the Death Talk Roman. But again, going back to what I said before, the Flames mask is a very good mask. You don't have to go this route. You don't have to utilize this one either. You can stick with that one all the way into level 100. You don't have to follow this if you want to spend your gold elsewhere. But if you're looking to get a better helmet, this is a good option for you. It has a lot of armor points. It has a lot of headshot protection. It has a really cool chance of 2x damage, which it's not high. It's only 5%, but sometimes you do get lucky with that 5%, and you see that big increase with one bullet. The person's health drops very, very low. You won't kill them with one bullet, but it'll drop it very, very low. This is a very good helmet. It's very strong. It's very light. It gives you a lot of running speed. It gives you an additional 5% in comparison to the Flames. To me, speed is life. And when I mean, I say that you saw me inject myself adrenaline in the previous matches. I have to use adrenaline. Speed is what keeps me alive. You see my movement. For those of you guys that have been on the channel for a long time, you look at the Zodiac videos. That's what I do. That's my movement. I need to move. So the speed is great. When it comes to gloves, now I'm going to suggest the elite gloves to you guys. Again, if you have the combat gloves, you have the extra 30% reload speed, you can stay with that. You don't have to go this route. This is only if you want to get slightly stronger ones. But if you are using a sniper, it won't make much of a difference, because this one does have better dispersion. It has a little bit more armor and health, but overall, the combat gloves are great. You don't have to go this route either. You can stay with those all the way. But this is just a good option to have. Now, when it comes to the armor, I'm going to suggest that we get rid of the Demoman. It's time to move to a stronger armor. The sniper armor is a good option. You could jump directly into the Kevlar. The Kevlar is probably the best one, but it costs a lot of gold. So I suggest the sniper armor. It is a great armor. It's very strong. It has some really good abilities. I suggest you go this route. It is a good armor. It's more inexpensive than the Kevlar, but it is a very good armor, and it's slightly weaker in some areas. It can be stronger sometimes, but a great armor. You want to move into that now. Boots. It's time to move into some good boots. It's time to move into the Kevlar boots. These are the best boots in the game. If you got the Santa boots, like I said earlier, don't waste your gold. Don't waste your points. Stay with the Santa boots. Once you got everything else maxed and you probably realize I have nothing to spend my gold on now, then you should probably come back and change the boots. But those Santa boots are amazing and they could last you forever. So Kevlar boots are the best though. If you're at that point where you can come over and it's time to get some upgrade on. If you are a guy that, again, like the knives, you moved over to the machete and you want something stronger, the Northern Axe is a great option. The price is right there on it's the price of gold. It's not too bad, but it is the best melee weapon that you're gonna get for the price of gold. Again, unless you're willing to spend money or unless you get lucky and you win other ones, there are other options like Jack's Axe, or there is the bat that you do get, but I don't believe they're giving those out anymore because those were special only for specific seasons. But this is a good option for you. The Northern Axe is the best melee weapon if you don't want to spend real money. Now, I'm gonna give you another option. This is still for players that are level 70 plus. I'm still gonna give you this option because for those of you guys that maybe you don't win the AN94, or maybe the Winter Forest is just not your thing. Maybe you're just a sniper person because you developed those sniper skills and you feel like a sniper is a good weapon to have. This is gonna be for you. This is gonna be a really good set for you. I'm gonna recommend that as a primary weapon. If you still have the Fabarm, utilize the Fabarm. Chances are more than likely, unless it's the beginning of the match, the enemy is very close to you. So it's kind of hard to start off with the sniper unless you develop some very, very good skills with it. So I suggest you have a strong close distance combat weapon as a primary and have your sniper as a secondary. This is a very good option for a sniper. Probably the best sniper out there. There is 2 snipers out there that are better than this one, but they cost money. So and even so, it's not much of a difference. You could defeat them sniper versus sniper if you develop some good headshot skills. So this is a very good sniper. Yes, it does have 4 gadgets. That's the downside of things. It does have 4 gadgets, and each one of those gadgets does cost between 18 to 20,000 gold. So you are going to spend, at this point in time, you are going to be spending a lot of gold. But by now, you've already adapted to the game. You've gone better. You should be, in order to earn enough gold, you should be completing your daily missions every single day. Complete your daily missions every single day. Open every chest. I still have that habit that I come into the game every 2 to 4 hours and I open every chest, every ads chest that's out there every 2 to 4 hours. Even if it's just coming into the game for 30 seconds, I come in, view the ad, I'm out, I got my 20 gold or I get my 100 gold. I open the free chests. Sometimes you get lucky, you get 1,000 free gold in there, so it's worth it. But by then you've already developed this strategy to come and build gold. So this is a great weapon to have. I'm gonna play the clip. I want you to see this weapon in action. It's a great sniper. It's very, very good. As you can see, it is very high powered. It's very strong. The fire rate is phenomenal. It's great. Now, it's a little bit hard to see the enemies in maps like these. In many maps, it can be difficult. I'm using the Flames mask at this point. So I'm going to show you the heat vision because that's the mask I want to talk about next. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll over to a heat vision so you can see the difference, how well you can see the enemy. Now, this is high level sniping, as you can see here. I'm not just standing in one place and just camping and waiting for my enemy to come, especially not in adrenaline mode where you die after 10 seconds. This is high level sniping where you can use the sniper, and you could do the same if you develop the skill. You can use this sniper as an assault rifle, or even as a shotgun. You can utilize the sniper. It is great. And with heat vision, nobody can hide from you because you can see the enemy at all angles. It is a great helmet to have. It is absolutely amazing. For heat vision, I'm going to recommend this helmet. Unless you've gotten a different heat vision helmet for free, that's always my choice. If you get something for free, go with it. But if not, this is a good helmet to have. This is a very good helmet. It has good armor points. It has good headshot protection. It's great. So I suggest that you go this route with this one. You can see the enemy clear as day. It is just amazing. And it's a great. Now, I'm going to suggest the combat gloves. Right? So again, the combat gloves are just amazing. You can use them all around. The difference between this one, remember I showed you between this one and the elite gloves, it just basically has a little bit more health or armor, and it has better dispersion. But with the sniper, it's already zero, especially the DSR and K2, it's already 0.07. So 0.07, if I remove the dispersion from the elite gloves, it's 0.09. It's really not much of a difference. It's not worth it, especially for the amount of gold that you're going to spend. So therefore, these gloves, you can ride them out until you're level 100 and even after. So I suggest, especially if you're using a sniper, because this one will give you that fast reload speed. You saw how fast the DSR was reloading. This is going to be perfect for that. For armor, I'm going to recommend the same. I'm going to recommend the sniper armor, especially because you're being a sniper, right? This is going to offer really good protection for you. Boots, I'm still going to recommend the Kevlar because those are the best. But if you have the Santa boots, stay with those. Now, let's get to the good stuff. For those of you guys that do want to spend money in the game, I did. I was that person that said, I will not spend money in this game. And when push came to shove, guess what? I spent some money. I won't tell you how much, but I did spend money in this game. So this is for all of you guys that do want to spend money in the game. Let me go ahead and run you to a first start. I'm going to suggest that you do the same from level 0 to 30. Do not waste any gold. Do not waste your armor points. Do not waste anything. The suggestion is the same to you. The only difference is once you get to level 30, this is where the difference is going to come into play if you want to spend money. This is the best kit according to my personal view. This is the best weapon out there. It is the best weapon in the game. Since it came out, it has been the best weapon. It's the best weapon now, and I believe it will be the best weapon because in order for there to be a better weapon than this, they're going to have to improve armor. They're going to have to improve something because this weapon is very, very strong. It kills in a matter of 2 seconds. If that, sometimes even sooner, faster. So this weapon is the best weapon, the Rugged AR-556. Depending on where you live, it's going to be 100 USD or 109 euros. Maybe if there has been a change in an update in your update, maybe the price is different. That's how much it is worth now. Now, downside is just as the other weapons, this weapon is, each of its gadgets is 20,000 gold. The best one, and it has 4. The Vertex is always going to be the best for most weapons. It is the best one. It gives you more fire rate. It gives you more damage, and it allows you a better view. For the laser, you're always going to go for the magenta. In this case, you go for the last one, always. You're going to get the suppressor, and you're going to go for the cartridge drum. The cartridge drum, not only does it increase the amount of ammo before you reload and the max ammo, but it also gives you slightly increases your damage. So it's better to go for the elite. And this weapon is amazing. Let me go ahead and roll it. Now, this weapon, like you can see here, you can utilize it at a very long distance range. You can shoot from far because you have the Vertex, or you can utilize it as a close combat weapon. So it is a great weapon. It's very fun. The sound of the bullets is just, it's an amazing weapon. It's great. Now, I'm going to move over to our axe because I recommend the same for a secondary weapon. I still recommend that you utilize clip is rolling there, I recommend that you still utilize the Fabarm. It is, I'm going to recommend it across as a secondary weapon for every single kid. I have the Northern Axe. Like I said, this is because I got these for free in specific seasons. It is no longer available, but you can see the damage is 595. It is excellent. I love this weapon. It's great. But if you want to spend money because that one's not available to you, the Rainbow Karambit will be that option. It's going to be the best option for you. It's going to be the best melee weapon if you are interested in using knives. It is fun. It is fun. I'm going to admit that. And many people use it as an insult to kill you with a knife. To me, it's a weapon. If you don't die by a knife, you'll die by a gun. It really is no different. But to some people, there is. So if you want to be that person and you want to use a knife and you want to spend money, that's your option right there. Now, I'm going to recommend the Spy Goggles. Right now, at this point in time, no matter what you buy, you spend whatever you want to buy. There's no price. As long as you buy something with real money, you get these for free. But if not, if they're with gold in your season, these goggles are amazing. They're just phenomenal. They're the best goggles out there. They're the best for heat vision. I love heat vision. Even if you don't want to play with heat vision, this is still it's not a helmet, but it's in the helmet section for protection. It is still a very good helmet to use, even if you're not using the heat vision. It has good armor points. It gives you extra speed, 10% of speed. It even, if you see on the left hand side, it even gives you extra damage, 5%. So it is a very good helmet to have. I think it's amazing. I love it. For the gloves, I'm going to recommend the Elite gloves simply because you are that person that will spend money. So Elite gloves are the best, hands down. If you haven't bought the Sniper, these are the best. Utilize these. Do not get the Kevlar. The Kevlar gloves are there. Even if you want to spend money, I believe it's a waste of money because it does lower dispersion and it gives you more armor and health. But for the amount of gold that the difference, to me, it's not worth it, and it's not even much of a difference. I've utilized them, and I don't like them. I really don't. They feel weaker. So I suggest the Elite gloves. I suggest the Kevlar armor at this point. The Kevlar armor is better and stronger than the Sniper armor, especially when it comes to close combat when you're fighting against shotguns. Look on the left hand side. The resistance towards all shotguns is 50%. It is just better. It has more armor points. It's better all around. Now, if you are playing against snipers and you are that person that did spend money, or by this point in time you've already established your account so well that you have more than one armor, you should have the Sniper and this one. Because if you're fighting with someone and there's somebody just stubborn super far away and they keep killing you with the Sniper, you're going to go down very easy with the Kevlar. But not with the Sniper. You're going to hold the Sniper armor. You will hold a lot more damage when it comes to the Sniper armor. It's way better against snipers. And I'm going to suggest the Kevlar boots again because these are the best boots in the game. Hands down, they are the best boots in the game. Now, because you are at that point where you've already made your character full or you want to spend money, now you can come over here and yeah, you can start to buy those skins. As you can see, I have all the skins, and it's not because I paid 10,000 gold for all of them. You can see I don't have that one. I think that guy's ugly. But it's because I bought the premium passes across almost every season. There was 2 seasons where I did not, and those are the ones that are still locked and are worth 10,000 gold. I did not pay 10,000 gold. I simply bought the season pass, and that's how I accomplished it. So this is the equipment I suggest for you. Now, of course, I can't keep going further without talking to you about a clan. Each clan has clan skills. So when you're joining a clan, you can see here, and as I move towards them on the right hand side, you can see what each clan skill has. So if you're looking for a clan, look for a clan that has all the clan skills, because they do give you that extra cushion or that extra power towards your equipment or that resistance for your armor that you will desperately need as you're starting up. So you want to join a good clan. You want to join a clan that has all the clan skills. It has all the perks and everything. I have, in my clan, we have one of them that's not unlocked, and that's this one here, the clip immunization. The reason for that is because when you kill someone, whether it's a bot or a real player, they drop a magazine or a clip, an ammo clip. So you're already getting ammo every time you kill someone, so there really is no point of me coming in here and wasting 7,000 gold every single month. So that's the reason why we don't have this unlocked, is because I don't see any benefit of it. I really don't. But you can. Now, this is my clan, Rice Clan, and important as well is that as you're looking through here and you're looking through your clan, and you probably joined a couple clans by now, perhaps whether it was by decision or you were kicked out of the clan, you want to get a clan with high-level players as well, players that know what they're doing, players that are going to be good, especially if you're going to be playing a squad with them. You know, if you're going to be facing other teams and squads, you want to come in here and just look at the levels and look at the longevity, right? How many clan points each person has, and that kind of helps you kind of illustrate the history of the clan, right? You know, how long people stay in the clan. If you see people that, you know, the first page is millions of clans and I know where everybody has 200,000, then there's no longevity in that clan. People are not staying in that clan. I personally will begin to ask the question, why are people not staying in this clan? So maybe that's a question you have as well. So I suggest you do that. Once you enter a clan, you can go in there and you can just kind of see it. You can even go down to the clan leaderboard and just kind of see, and then take a pick to see which clan, you know, essentially you might want to look at, which clan you might want to join. There's different options there. You can look at it, you can click on the clan, and then you can see a little information on the levels before you join the clan. That's also a good option for you. So that's my suggestion to you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you were able to benefit from this video and it helps you out. And if it doesn't, if you're already the high level player and you have everything that you were looking for, everything you needed, then I suggest you share this with your clan and show it to people that are barely starting in the game. You have those in your clan. Everybody has low level players in their clan. Help them out. Send this video to them. Till the next time, guys, we'll keep producing videos on a daily basis, and I hope you enjoyed this one.